Today I wanted to talk about a commonly accepted belief that you go home and when you're stressed out, you're going to take out your stress, kind of have like a pressure release with the people that are closest to you. I was actually talking to someone earlier who was telling me that she had gone to her pastor, and her pastor had told her, well, you know, it's just kind of normal. Like if your husband comes home, he can't take it out on the guys in his crew. He can't take it out on the people at work. He can't take it out on the people at church. So it's totally normal for him to come home and blow off all of his pressure by taking it out and being angry, belligerent, violent, having like anger management issues at home. So we started talking about that because I disagree. Is it a commonly accepted belief that that is normal? Unfortunately, yes. Is that healthy, and should you have to accept that? No. Here's why. If we are coming at our home relationships from the perspective of a biblical, healthy family, a Christ-like family, someone who is saying that they are a Christian, they are a follower of Jesus Christ, then this whole idea that you can take out your pressure and your anger on the people that are closest to you is completely incompatible with who Jesus is and how Jesus calls us to live. So we tend to accept this false belief that you can just take out your anger on the people closest to you because why? For a few reasons. One, they're supposed to love you anyway. There's this idea that someone can see you at your worst and still love you, and that's real commitment. And there's truth to that, but this is a warped application of it. We say that you are supposed to be able to take your pressure off, like blow off steam and take it out on the people closest to you. And they're supposed to understand. They're not allowed to leave, so they're supposed to stay there and put it up with you for it. And we hold back on ourselves because we hold ourselves back with people where we know we can't get away with that because there would actually be social damage. We would lose a job, we would lose friends, we would lose prestige, we would lose social standing. So that tells us that when someone has an anger management problem, it's not actually an anger management problem because they're perfectly capable of managing their anger just fine if they want to maintain a certain level of social prestige or a certain type of appearance in front of other people. If someone can manage their anger just fine at work, at church, in a social setting, and they don't manage their anger well at home in private, you do not have an anger management problem, you have an abuse problem because they are giving themselves permission to not manage their anger at home. Why is that? Because they believe that you aren't worth the value of them managing their anger as well as they would around someone they respect, someone that they want something from, someone that they feel has power over them. So instead of viewing their relationship with you, if you're the one on the receiving end of this, instead of viewing their relationship with you as one of mutual respect and honor, they're viewing their relationship with you as one where they have power over you. And so it's okay. They give themselves permission to mistreat you by taking out their anger on you. I see a post underneath. It's absolutely true. A quote from Lundy Bancroft. He's not abusive because he is angry. He is angry because he is abusive. So when you have a situation where someone believes, hey, you're supposed to love me anyway, I should be able to come home and act harsh and cruel and angry because I'm not allowed to do it out there and you are supposed to put up with me. You're required to understand me. You are with me the most, so you get to see the worst side of me. We act like the loyalty of our inner circle is some kind of get out of jail free card to mistreat the people who we are supposed to love and honor the most. If someone is telling you that this is normal, get a new counselor. If your pastor is telling you that this is typical in a way that is not holding the angry person to accountability, but is telling you that you should just be understanding, you need to get a new pastor and a new church. If you have friends who are saying this is just the way things are, you need new friends. Or you need to give your friends some of my videos or some other books, things like Lundy Bancroft's book, Why Does He Do That? Inside the Minds of Angry and Controlling Men. And sure, there can be angry and controlling women out there too. I get that. But, my page is for women who are the survivors of toxic relationships and abusive relationships. So I'm talking to the ladies right now. In a faith-based rubric, in a faith-based situation, this idea that you should just wholesale put up with someone who is mistreating you because they're required to hold it together out in the outside world, this is a satanic inspired perspective. I'm not mincing any words. This does not come from Jesus. If it doesn't come from Jesus, where does it come from? The devil. If this is not how Jesus calls us to treat each other, because in Christ's scenario, the way Jesus lives, he calls us to treat the people that we love most the best. You treat your family better, kinder, more patiently than your best friend. Now, does it stand to reason that at home we will see each other's hardest sides? Yes. Are we going to be able to need the safety to fall apart when we're dealing with difficult and painful things around the people who love us most and best? Yes. Should you be feeling safe to cry, to express your deepest feelings, all of these things with the people that are near you in your closest inner circle? Yes. But that's not the same as asking for that get out of jail free card to abuse, mistreat, and be harsh with the people who are supposed to be around you, loving you the most, by taking advantage of their loyalty and commitment to you. I'm not saying that we need to put on a fake facade around the people that are closest to us. I'm saying that being close to those individuals does not mean that anyone has a free pass to pervasively, habitually misuse, mistreat, and ignore or take out their pressure, stress, and anger that you would hold in for all the other people in the world that you actually care what they think, and then come home and blow your top at home because it's home. You see, can you imagine Jesus Christ dealing with everything in the planet and then coming back and giving the angels a tongue lashing at the end of a long day because of everything that he has had to deal with, because he's got to be nice to the humans on planet Earth, and then he's just tired at the end of the day, so he just takes it all out on God and the angels around in heaven? Yeah, no, that's not what we're called to do. That's not how we're called to act. That is not how believers act. So anyone who tells you that you need to put up with someone's horrific attitude or verbal abuse or emotional insanity simply because they have nowhere else to safely blow off steam is not telling you the truth. They're not talking in your best interest, and you don't need to feel obligated to take their advice because they are not giving you godly, biblical advice. You see, if you cannot explain to someone that you are living with, that you are married to, that you are in a family unit with, that their behavior makes you feel unsafe or tense, or that you're walking on eggshells, or if you have tried to explain this over and over again and they just keep saying they don't understand, then you're committed to the relationship and they're committed to their continued misunderstanding of the relationship. You see, you're committed to communicating and they're committed to misunderstanding your communication. And very often, you might find that they do this with other people in their lives as well. You're not the only one. For a while, you'll feel like you're the only one. You're the only one who's trying, and you're the only one who's misunderstanding or being misunderstood as you try to communicate that this behavior is not okay, that it doesn't feel safe, that you want to be treated with respect. And if they keep saying, well, I just don't understand, just talk to me, I just don't understand, you haven't communicated with me, I don't know what I did wrong, then if that is happening over and over again, it is entirely possible that they are more committed to misunderstanding what you are trying to communicate than they are committed to actually repairing the relationship. And if you find yourself in that kind of situation, it's really possible that you may need a safety plan, that you may need trauma coaching, that you may need clarity coaching. I know I'm not doing a lot of coaching right now. I'm not taking a lot of new clients, but I can refer you to people who are if this is what you need. If you've loved this, if you've resonated with this, if you know somebody who needs to hear this, please share it, pass it on, give someone else an opportunity to find some clarity about how it is not okay to mistreat and be harsh and unkind with the people that are closest to us. Ideally, our inner circle should be where we feel the safest and where we do our best to help others feel their safest as well. And if that's not how it is, then you have to assess, am I the one that is making everyone around me feel unsafe? Or am I living in an environment where those around me are committed more to their freedom to make me feel unsafe because they can control it elsewhere than they are to actually making our home a haven of peace and harmony? And if that's where you're at, then I would love to pass on ways to help, books to read, people that you can get connected with coaching while I am not able to take new clients right now because of, chemo and all this stuff. If you loved this, please share it and pass it on to someone else, because you might just give someone a lifeline to freedom and a whole new set of light bulb clarity ideas that will bring them to an understanding of just how much Jesus wants them to have peace and harmony, even at home, not just even at home, especially at home. Have a great day.